Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have a lot of Christmas decorations that we're going to be working on, so I'm excited to show you. The first one up are these cute little wood cutouts. They are super thick. They are about an inch thick. And what I did was I actually have a Christmas tree, a snowman, and then a Christmas ornament, and then I also have this one as well, and this one I am leaving blank. I'm not adding any vinyl to it because I think on its own it's super cute. I mean, they all are technically, but we're going to go ahead and add some vinyl to these three, and then they're just going to sit up on a table somewhere such as so, and then be part of my Christmas decor slash winter decor. So let's go ahead and start with this cute Christmas tree. And what I did with this one, I decided I painted it with a mint-ish green chalk paint, and then I went ahead and cut out these snowflakes. I tried to find, in fact, I think this is a group of snowflakes that was in Design Space, and I just duplicated it a few times and then just pieced them together. I made them a little bit larger just because I didn't want to have to struggle with weeding these snowflakes, because obviously the smaller they are, the more of a challenge they can be. And I had been working on some craft videos earlier, and they have been a challenge. Trust me, you'll know it when you watch it, which ones I'm talking about. Whew. And I needed a good crafty break after one of my videos because the vinyl was just not weeding and transferring really well. But, so anyways, I opted for a larger snowflake. And I'm just going to place them organically, or at least I'm going to try. I'm terrible about putting things in random order. I tend to err on the side of a pattern, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try as well. So yes, like I said, I wanted my snowflakes to be big, and I mean, if I didn't really care about taking forever to weed it, then I probably would have gone a size smaller, but this is what we have to work with. Let me know in the comments section what your favorite part is of crafting, watching a craft video. Do you like watching the individuals weed out the middles and just the project in itself? I know I do. I think that it kind of extends the video a little bit, but for this, I for sure eventually will have to fast forward through some of this, because if I don't, this video will become extraordinarily long, and I think I might lose some of you guys. So I'm going to put this on warp speed for you, and for you it'd probably be a minute or two. For me, it's going to probably be a little bit longer than just that. Don't we wish that we can work that fast on high speed? That would be amazing. Life would be so much easier if we could like speed up by 100 times or whatever the case is. So, but unfortunately, it kind of reminds me of that movie. Ooh, what is that movie called? It was Adam Sandler. Click? I think it's what it's called. And he had a special remote that could slow down time or speed up time. And then I always think of that when I make these videos. I'm like, gosh, that would be nice if I could make myself move that fast. And then I think of that movie, and then I think, oh, that's not a good idea. So, all right, let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit, and then we will apply our snowflakes to our Christmas tree. So this weeded out pretty well. I'm actually really thankful that I made these larger snowflakes instead of making them really small. And actually, I think even at a smaller scale, I think that it still would have turned out just fine. I think it would be a little bit of a challenge, but I think overall this turned out pretty good. Okay, so what I want to do, get some transfer tape here, and I'm just kind of thinking through, I'm only going to do one at a time. I'm going to have to kind of, I think some of it is just going to have to end up coming off. Okay. Let's see here. I was thinking of just peeling it off like a sticker, but I don't know if that would actually work. So okay, let's try that. Be careful with that. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use my true control knife to get that cut off. So let's see. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll use my scissors. And I probably should do this after I'm done with the rest, but I'm just going to see, because if this is going to be an issue trying to get this to come off, then I may just make sure that I don't have it fall off. And maybe wrap it around the side. That works. Okay, so let's get this off my mat here so it doesn't. And then I will get that cut off. I'm not getting as close of a cut as I would have hoped. But I think I'll just have it wrap and leave it the way it is. Okay. So note that I'm not, oh, and I forgot to mention, these are from Michaels. These wood designs, just so you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to place it all on there and then come back and trim, because I think it will just take too much time to transfer and then trim, transfer and then trim, and all that fun stuff. So we will just do it that way. Okay. You know, when you use transfer tape on a painted surface, that paint tends to come up a little bit and therefore loses its tack. Okay. Let's see, I'm just trying to think of which ones I need next. Looks like I have a little bit of, well, that worked. I think I'm going to go for a smaller one and then put it down here. So let me know in the comment section a funny story that has happened to you when you were crafting. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we just got to laugh. I mean, it's frustrating as crafting can be, because we just want it to be perfect. And I mentioned time and time again, we don't do perfection when we craft. Perfection is for those who make it in the store. As crafters, you know, we just don't, that's not our style. But anyway, so let me know in the comment section your funny story of crafting. I think I have more frustration moments than I do funny stories, believe it or not. But let's see, I think I'll do, yeah, I think I'll do another one of these, because I don't think I think it'd just be too much if I do the same one. And I'll do, excuse me, I have them at different sizes and I'm trying to think of what size I want to do. I think I'll do a smaller size because I don't want it to be too much there at the top. Okay, so be careful that this transfer tape does not fall down onto the other snowflake. I could, oh, and like I just did there. Okay, well, all right, so if it transfers, because I'm not going to end up using all that, so. All right. I'm going to try to save this because I have another project in mind that I want to use for it. Okay. I'm going to make it go. Do I want to add? No, it's going to be too much. Okay. I'll just put it right there. See, in order for me not to overthink it, I just got to put it down and not even think about it. All right, so then what we'll do is we'll finish this up. In fact, I think I'm going to need a finer scissors, get out my Tim Holtz. This will get me close to the edge here better, in my opinion, or maybe. Okay. And then okay, so we'll just fold that down, not even worry about it. There we go. What do you guys think? I think it turned out, I'm just trying to get this vinyl off of my fingers here, but I think this turned out super adorable. And like I said, I have a bunch of other ones that I can use for another project. In fact, I think I'm going to use them for this project, or a project in this video. So I think this turned out adorable. I like that I used glossy vinyl because it kind of just gives a little bit of a shine to it. Otherwise it's kind of dull, or matted I should say. But yeah, and I just left this the natural wood color, and then I just painted this green. Okay, let's go ahead and push this aside, and then we'll go ahead and work on this one. Let me clean up my workspace here and then bring out the vinyl. I don't know what happened. Unfortunately, my phone, I'm recording through my phone, cut out. And I lost the recording of this one. So unfortunately, you didn't get to see me do this one, but this is what it looks like. And I don't know if this video that I was recording had this as the finished product, but this is what that looks like. And then with this one, I just cut out Jingle Bells and then right justified that. I'm so bummed that that cut out, but now you'll get to see the finished product. And as I mentioned in the earlier in the video, I'm going to leave this one as is, so there's not going to be any vinyl to this. Sometimes it just doesn't need anything, right? And then the last one is this little guy, the Snowman, and I thought about putting a face on there, but I thought, you know what, no, we're just going to leave this with some lettering. We don't need to add a snowman's face to it. And the buttons and all that. I just thought it'd be kind of cute just to put "Let It Snow." Now it doesn't really snow here, which I am internally grateful for. I hate the snow. I mean, I don't hate it. It's nice during the holiday season, but you know, I liked it better. I liked it more as a kid because you got snow days. You know, as an adult, you got to travel through it, and it's like you got to slow down, and you know, you got to really plan out your time better, and it's just not my style. So it is what it is. But anyways, we purchased our house in 2017, and it's kind of funny. So we purchased our house at the end of 2017. So I think we closed in mid-December, and so we moved in like a week or so later, so sometime in December. And then that January, so 2018, we got snow. And it was so weird to see snow with palm trees. Let me tell you. I couldn't tell you how many pictures I took when we got like an inch or two and it closed down the whole area. In fact, you know, I'm a college professor, so it was like the week before classes, and so it was like open registration. So like, of course, we didn't come to work. So like, we ended up having to work that Friday and Saturday, and just because I think we closed like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But when we came into work Friday, the roads were still bad. And I know you Northerners and Midwesterns are like, really, an inch or two? But when you live where there's no trucks or no salt trucks that you can put on the street, it gets pretty bad. So of course people don't know how to drive in it and all that jazz. So yeah, it was fun nonetheless. So I don't know I'm not sure if I want to center it here. Oops. Or do I want to bring it down a little bit? Let me see here. So what I did with this one is I painted it white, and then I added some black chalk paint at the top. They're both chalk paint just to give it that matte look. And I'm just trying to figure out if I want, like, where do I want this to land? I don't think I have a preference, to be honest. I was thinking maybe more at the top. I think this is, oh, nope, it moved. Let's try that again. Okay. So now that I have a kid, I kind of want her to, well, she's already seen snow because we travel up north for around the holidays. And in fact, last year, so she was a year and a half, where we went, they had, oh my gosh, almost 5 feet of snow. It was a lot of snow. It's my husband's side of the family that we visited, and where I'm from, we don't see that kind of snow. It's very rare to see that amount of snow. For them, they're used to it. In fact, I don't even think they got a snow day. They might have, but anyway, they're used to that. They didn't think it was anything special, but oh my goodness, that was a lot of snow. We were going to go there first, but then with the amount of snow that dropped off, that dumped on them, we thought, well, we'll just stop at my parents' house and then we'll travel later once they get the roads a little bit better. And they did, and they cleared off. So, okay, I think this turned out cute, and I really like. Now I'm thinking I might add some, no, I don't think I'm just going to leave this as is. So let's go ahead and bring these all in together and take a look at how they look together. Like I said, I think that, you know, not everything needs words, or not everything needs vinyl either. And I didn't know what I could put on here. I know I could have put Let It Snow really small, but I don't think it'd make that great of an impression, to be honest. So anyways, I think that these all turned out spectacular, and I'm really glad that that I bought these. So again, they're just going to be displayed throughout the house, and they're just going to sit up like this. And this one, you know, you could just, actually it sits up pretty good, so you can do it however you want. And it doesn't have, and again, these are all from Michaels, that it doesn't have a little hanger. Now, of course, you can like add some ribbon, maybe here at the top or at the back, and hang it, but I think they're super cute just standing up as is. It's an inch thick, so it's pretty sturdy. So I think it will do really well just sitting there. And I'm just going to sprinkle this throughout the house. Not sure where they are going to go, but yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next project. So in this project, I am going to put Believe on here, and I'm going to actually surprise you guys with what I'm going to put it on. So let me go ahead and just kind of clean up here. I'm going to go ahead and weed this out. And I have 2 snowflakes as well. Now that I realized I had extra snowflakes, I could have just used the ones that I have and then tie them all together, but I already have them cut out, so I might as well just use this. And you're thinking, wow, that's probably... Now this is a small font, but there is a reason why it is super tiny. Big board, small font. You're probably wondering, what is she doing? Does she realize that she's off scale here? Well, let me bring in these cute little mittens. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some twine, and we're also gonna use some wooden beads. And I had bought these. Now this is from Hobby Lobby. And then the twine you can get anywhere. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I got that. And these cute little mittens I bought from Michael's. Now I did add, they came in this natural wood and I stained them. And I left the inside of the cuff, if you will. I don't know what that part would be called. I left that... I didn't stain that part because I thought it would add some contrast. And then I bought these cute little bows from Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that I have like the mittens kind of like this. So I want to make sure that I have them going the right way. So that is what I'm going to do. Put them in the piles. And so I just used my Fabri-Tac glue to glue the bows on there. And then what I'll do is, oops, got my transfer tape stuck. Okay. I'm gonna add my transfer tape here. Okay, and then I'm gonna get the front. Now I did stain them a while ago because I wanted them to have enough time to cure. And to be honest, I probably should have used iron-on just because I feel like it would work a lot better. But I hate applying iron-on to things that are stained because I just run into so many problems. And then of course I'm gonna have to retire this because there is a lot of gunk on it. And oh, gotta save this before it sticks on there. Okay. Okay. Cut these apart. I probably should have cut them when they were not, or on the carrier sheet, but I was thinking it'd be easier just to do it this way. I think this eye is going to give me trouble with trying to transfer that, but we will persevere through it. And I'm going to be careful cutting through that part because I cut the V off a little bit. Oh. Getting a little, it's kind of late night here, so I've been recording videos after videos, so I'm trying to get a head start on my crafting. It's not quite Thanksgiving yet, so getting ahead of the game, and I'll come back for those. In fact, no, I will get them now. In fact, I think honestly I could probably just grab this one. I just want to make sure that I am thinking through this first. All right. Okay. Oh, I most certainly should have done transfer tape. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so then this one will go, and I think I'm just trying to see if it's off camera. Nope, it's not. Okay, so that one's gonna go here. And then, yes, I want to make sure I'm done with that. So now I want the bee the right way. Okay. You know, and if you're doing this project, you can just kind of, I might have to do that with this one. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get out my fabric tack glue. And I don't like how this is covering part of my V. So what I'll do is I will put some glue right here and glue that there. So this is, again, this is the Beacon fabric tack glue I use for everything in lieu of hot glue. Although I think I may have to use hot glue to, all right, there we go. Well, shoot, now I feel like I gotta get hot glue there, or some glue there. But anyways, I might have to use glue to tie the string, or I'm not sure how I'm gonna approach the string area. Just because this doesn't set up as fast as hot glue does or adheres quickly, so we'll see. All right. Sticky's coming through that. Okay, that's good. And then, all right, so I'm going to retire this because there's a lot of stuff on there. And like I said, when you stain, it tends to leave a residue on your transfer tape. So, okay. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna make some room here now. Okay. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna add the beads, and here's why. Because I don't like how this string's coming out in front. Yeah, I don't like that, but I don't think I'm going to get rid of the twine because what I'll do is, let's see here. I'll have it organically fall, kind of just how it's just falling or laying down on the board here. I'm not worried so much about spacing too much, and I don't know if I mentioned, but this board I got from Hobby Lobby. You've seen this on my channel quite a bit, or you will, especially. I buy these a lot for my home. Yeah, really liking how this is laying out. Okay, so let's go ahead and oops. Now I might move this down just a smidge, just because it's kind of going uphill a little bit. Okay. I am loving it. These glue down. I'm just going to use my Beacon fabric tack glue, and then we will get this project done. So I'm just going to glue this down. Okay. And I'm actually going to kind of create a little loop, and not a loop, but have the twine go up a little bit because I don't want it to be completely flat. I want to provide a little bit of a dimension. And again, these mittens I bought from Michael's. And this board, the wood blank, I bought from Hobby Lobby. Okay, and last one. Oops. I really like this glue. It sets really fast, just like hot glue, but without the heat. And it goes on so many, adheres to so many materials. Okay, what do we think? I think this turned out super adorable. And then I'm gonna let this kind of, there we go. Not even worried that you can see the end of the string. In fact, that's kind of what I wanted. I was thinking about that as I was trying to piece this all together, actually. So let's go ahead and get this. Okay, I'm just going to push down on this. Still trying to set. This is taking a little bit longer to adhere. All right, there we go. Oh my gosh, you guys, I really like how this turned out. This turned out adorable. Yeah, I really like that. And I like how it's kind of swooshing down the middle. I was not intentional about that, so I really like that it's kind of going, it's like organic, right? Because when you have garland, it tends to swoop down in the middle. So I think that's what it's doing. And I think overall, this turned out super cute. I think this has to be one of my favorite crafts of the season. But who knows? I have tons more to crafts. I don't know when this video is going to come out, so you might have seen all of them by the time this one comes out. But overall, this one is adorable, and I'm really glad that I got a chance to make this. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next project. I had purchased this frame from Hobby Lobby, and it wasn't a frame. It's actually part of their fall decor. So it had some type of fall decor on this, and what I did is I added some paint to this. Now, if you watched a few of my videos, you know that I usually add cardstock or craft board, but of course I didn't have anything that was this size, and I also wanted to be green, and you'll see why here in a minute. So I added like several coats, probably 3, maybe 4 coats of green paint, and then I think I might have sanded certain parts because it was coming through. So again, this was the fall decor, and you just can't beat the price for this when it was marked down 75%. So it was like $17. So that was what, probably $4 I paid for this frame. So I am super thrilled that I got my hands on this. I actually bought quite a few of these, and you'll see another one later on. So I'm gonna put that aside. We're gonna need to weed out our design here. This one I think is going to be, all right. Now I was thinking about doing a gold vinyl, but I have a feeling I need my scissors for this. But I didn't know if it would be, I don't know, washed out a little bit. So I just went with a white vinyl. I typically don't like to use my 12 by 24 mats. But I didn't have, well, I guess I did have smart vinyl, so I most certainly could have used that. However, I I don't like smart vinyl. It is so hard to work with. And I'm like, I'm going to pick and choose my battles. And so I thought that I would just use a 12 by 24 mat. Oops. Just being careful. Oh, that's fresh. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, and this is not an SVG. It is something I created in Design Space. And what I did was I found 2 different trees that I liked. And oh, I got that dot. Wow. I was looking because I have a feeling I'm going to end up crinkling this all up. And you always want to make sure that you got all of your letters and dots to your eyes and whatnot. Because if you crinkle it up, then you can't save it. And I was really impressed. I wasn't even paying attention to that dot. So that happy accident, right? Well, it was an accident, but I'm just glad that, you know, someone was looking out for me. But anyways, so I just found 2 trees that I liked, and I wanted one that was filled in, and then I wanted a hollow one out. So I got to weed these 2 out. And then what I did was I stretched them, and I didn't realize I could have cut this down to save some vinyl, but oh well. And then I added this, found a star that I liked. So I definitely could have saved some vinyl, but little secret here, this is really old vinyl and it has a shelf life, so it's not going to last too long, although it lasted pretty well. I mean, it worked pretty well this time, but that's okay. So yeah, so what I did was I found this tree, and then I created an offset, and then I just sliced the 2, and then that's how I got this tree. So like, you know, this one, the reason why I wanted these 2 to be hollow out is because that way you can see the green paint, and it kind of takes on that green look of a tree. And then I think I made one larger and one smaller. Okay. Oh. Okay. Just gotta weed out my middles here. So yeah, I just kind of looked around to see what fonts that I wanted, and I found these cute fonts and kind of got the appearance or the look that I was going for. So that is what I did. It's just what I normally do. It's just expose just a little bit, just to give it a good control over the vinyl. So I'm going to expose about 1.5 inches. And I like to do this upside down. I don't know how that's going to work, but we sure will give it a good old college try, right? Okay, so I'm just going to start here at the top. Okay, so once I got a good start, then I like to turn it around and go ahead and start. And I want to make sure that I avoid any air pockets or bubbles, because then that makes the vinyl not want to lay nicely and play nicely. So we got to make sure we don't make it gassy and air bubbles. I don't know why I just said that. It's late night crafting, you all. We tend to get delirious after crafting for any given length of time. Okay. Wow. You guys, that really well. Considering the train wreck that I had earlier, and I'm going to keep this because I'll well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this transfer tape because I'm going to be applying the paint to it. But considering the train wreck I had earlier with a different video, this is actually going really well. Now, that doesn't mean transferring it is going to be an easy task. And I most certainly will have to use the parchment paper. Okay. Am I glad that I used the white? Yes, I am, but I kind of wish I would have tried the gold on this. I think that would have been really pretty, or at least on the star. So I might end up just taking the star off and changing it to the gold. We'll see. Okay, so I'm just carefully bringing this down. There we go. See, now you understand why I left this hollow. Okay. So yes, I think I will change that star. Well, you know what? I don't want to really burnish that down because I'm going to have to end up taking it off and adding a gold star. If I have time, I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to have time, to be honest. So I have a lot on my table today, and it's already late as it is. We will see how far I get to today recording, and then if it works out, I'm going to leave it on there though, just in case I don't have the time to do it. And I think it will peel up just fine. Alright, well, I know that we can't really see it this way, but I think that it turned out super adorable. But yeah, there we go. And like I said, if I have time, I'll switch out that star to a gold star. But I think right now, as it stands, it will be just the way it is and be part of my cute little decor. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next project. Alright, so we are down to our final two craft projects. So I had purchased a lot of these wood blanks. They are, looks like I took the tag off of it. They are from Hobby Lobby, and I usually hang one with a different saying per season or holiday, depending on what I'm able to craft for. And it's just right by my entry. And so right now I did like a Hello Pumpkin, and then I have like a friends and family gather here. So now, of course, I need to do one for the Christmas season. So I'm going to move that to the side here. And I'm going to go ahead and use this cute little saying I found. I'm really excited to use it. I really like the color of this vinyl. I've been using these colors on and off throughout my projects. And I'll be honest, I have not had a lot of luck with this vinyl. I don't know what is going on. So I'm not sure how this is gonna weed out. I'm weeding out the middles just because I know that this has been giving me some grief in the past projects, not in this video, but in other videos. So hopefully I won't have an issue this time around. This part right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in sections, which is what I always recommend you doing. So first of all, I'm going to cut some of this off since I've already got it going. Well, actually, I've got to be careful. Okay. So now I could just focus on the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is turn this upside down so I can focus on this side. Now this part, it's going to be a challenge in itself because we got those small letters plus the script font. So we're going to have to figure that out as we go. Okay, I'm going to be smart here, cut some of this off. And look at everything, make sure I have it before I scrunch it up. I'm going to come back over here to get this. So this next part comes off a little bit smoother, or at least attempting to. I think there's a little bit in art form when it comes to weeding. I don't think that weeding goes without its talents, right? I don't know. I like weeding when it weeds nicely. Okay. Okay, I got some transfer tape, and for some reason for my previous project, it got all crinkled. I don't know what I did. I think I just got stuck on something, and then it got all crinkled, and I could no longer use it. So unfortunately, I had to cut a new piece of transfer tape. All right. As you know, I like to put it towards the side here. There we go. And I did not make it very long because I didn't want to waste more transfer tape than I needed. So, and making sure that this goes nice and smooth. We don't want it to have any air bubbles. Okay, so not quite covering it, but I was going to use that piece, but I don't think I'll use that piece. I'll use this other piece I have here. And then as long as it's overlapping, you should be good to go. Okay. There we go. Now I do have a little piece exposed here and there, so just be mindful of that. And it looks like I could probably trim that down. In fact, I probably will. So let me just go ahead and burnish this here. So the reason why I want to trim down the transfer tape is so that way it helps centering it. So I will go ahead and do that. And then of course I can just reuse that transfer tape for another project. Okay. Bring this in, and let's go ahead and get this centered. There we go. Be careful that we don't want to get that area, so I'm just going to make sure that I stop there, and again that little area there. Okay, let's go ahead and go this back. I think I need to hit this area really good. Okay, looks like I gotta hit it again. Just be careful to monitor as you're pulling back your transfer tape. Looks like I'm having some troubled areas, so I just got to encourage it a little bit as best as I can. Okay. There we go. Oh, I love it. What do you guys think? I think that turned out super cute. And again, looks like I have a little piece I need to mend. Make sure this is lying flat, completely flat. But yeah, so it's just going to hang up by my front door. And I think this turned out really well. I really like the burgundy. I think this is what it's called. In fact, I have it right here. Yeah, it's burgundy. This is Orcal 651. It's kind of been the hallmark of my my decor here. I've been using Orcal quite a bit. But anyways, so I think it really looks really nice against this wood here, this painted wood. So, all right, let's go ahead and move into the last craft of this video. The last craft item is going to be a little entryway sign. You guys seen this before in my fall video. I typically reuse these quite a bit. However, this one I'm not going to be able to reuse because I'm using iron-on. So I will have to be mindful of that. And I'm using 2 different iron-ons, and you'll see why. So I'm going to go ahead and weed out the iron-on. It's glitter iron-on, that's why. And now I know that I don't like working with glitter vinyl, and I wanted this to be glitter. I don't like working with shimmer because it's not easy to transfer. You have to use strong grip for that, and strong grip tends to ruin things very quickly, in my opinion. So, although, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't use it. I just, with this, I would not opt to use it just because I feel it's a little... The paint on there is not the greatest, in my opinion. So that is why I'm using iron-on. So this will only get a one-time use of, meaning like I'm only going to be able to use it for the holiday season, and then thereafter. This is ripping pretty easily. And then I'll have to put it away for next season. Because, like I said, if you guys know me, I like to take the vinyl off, and that's why I try to use removable vinyl. Now, of course, you can use any type of, you can use permanent or removable if you want to, like, end up taking the vinyl off and reuse in your blank. Just permanent typically has a little bit more tack, so it doesn't come off as easily as removable vinyl does. So just be mindful of that, just to get that ready to go. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the middles out, and then we can get this iron on, and then we can call this video completed. And then this is going to go in here kind of like this. Yes, looks good. Okay, and add that. Again, adding, and I have, just as a reminder, I do have it all the way up, and I don't recommend it just because it's a really hot setting. I'm just in a little bit of a rush to finish this, so that is why that I'm adding such a high temperature. But don't do as I do, do as I say. Look up that heat guide. I know that Cricut has a heat guide, and I'm sure it's going to tell you medium pressure, but again, I'm just kind of in a hurry for this to lay down. So, but I'm also being careful that I'm not keeping it stationary, that I'm moving it around, and that also you want to make sure when you're doing layering that you protect the other vinyl as you're ironing, because you don't want it to melt. Now, I could very well put this parchment paper and iron it on. It will be fine. But I'm not going to do that. So I have one more area that has lifting, but I think it's because I lifted it when it was still pretty hot. But I'm still going to want to touch that up just real quickly. So I removed the carry sheet, so I'm just going to do a focus press, make sure I put my parchment. Now, of course, once you remove the carrier sheet, then you're going to have to use some type of like parchment paper to protect it, or you're going to put your carrier sheet back on because you don't want to melt your project. But I like taking the carrier sheet off and then come back and do focus press, because I feel like removing that carrier sheet takes away some of the temperature, and it just makes it more difficult. So here is the final product. I think that I like the green and the blue together. I definitely think that I could have just done like a matted look and then let the tree shine, or maybe done this in the glitter. But you know what? You know what it looks like if you want to do this, and you can kind of do whatever you want. But I think overall this turned out, and this is actually just one SVG, and I just happened to slice it and then contoured actually, and then I put them on different layers so that way I could get different colors. And like I said, I wish I would have just cut this part out, moved it over, but I think I was in a little bit of a hurry to finish crafting. But still, it looks good. I have it like, you know, it kind of defines a border around there, so I'm just going to pretend like it's all okay. So let's go ahead and bring in all the projects. Now, it's not all going to fit in the frame because of the size, the sheer size of the stuff that we've been working on, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and bring them back into the frame and we can take a look at everything. So not everything was able to fit within the frame. I think the title of this craft video should be like Go Big or Go Home. So anyways, I think that these cute little wood DIY blocks turned out super cute. And again, I just added some cute little vinyl to them, and then one doesn't have it, but not everything needs to have vinyl. I mean, as much as we're crafters and want to have them. And I don't think I'm going to add the ribbon to that. I think it just looks cute on its own. And then this one is like my favorite. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to zoom out for you guys so you can see. Well, that's as far as I'm going to be able to get it to zoom out. But I think that, yeah, this was my favorite one. I really, really liked how that turned out. This one, I'm just not going to have enough time to replace that star. But between the time I have to take pictures and create a thumbnail and then post this to YouTube, if I make the change, you'll see in the thumbnail, but I think I have so much on my craft table for this holiday season. I think I'm just going to leave it as is, and then when I bring this out next year to decorate my house, I might just take that off and replace it. But overall, I really liked how this turned out. This one, again, this came out super adorable. I really liked how this looked. This was a little bit of a challenge, but overall it was super cute, and I can't wait to add this by my front door. And then lastly, speaking of front door, this is going to go near the entry, and I really liked the glitter. And see if I can get it to shine a little bit better for you. But yeah, so like that's how that turned out. And it's just going to prop up against my entryway table and be part of my decor. Now, if you were to do this and you want to do iron on, just make sure you cut that part and that one out as well. And then just move them over, and I think it would look a little bit better. So like I said, I could apply some heat and then lift it, but what happens is when you do that, it leaves a residue, and I'm just not willing to risk that, and I'm just going to accept it for what it is. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure that you like and subscribe and leave comments. Let me know which one your favorite one is, and then turn on that notification because I have tons more videos coming out. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.